2020 hasn't let up, but we have to keep this economy rolling.
This is the Truth Frequency Radio Network. TFR. Truth Frequency Radio.
Hi, this is Alan. I like Ironworx because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zach. It's like sitting in your front room having a cosy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zach, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworx on TFR.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Realm Media is the best on the plane. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the Ironworx with Zach, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the Ironworx and become an Iron Scout.
Good morning, TFR.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Wake up, it's a brand new day.
It is Tuesday, my dudes.
It is Tuesday, my dudes. Hello, TFR. Welcome to the Ironworx. My name is Josh Corey, and I am joined by two of my very good friends and co-hosts. Starting off with Mr. Zachary Zabala, a.k.a. Good Times for All, over on YouTube. Zach, how you doing? How was your weekend?
Hey, Josh. Hey, Walt. Hey, everybody out there in TFR land. Oh, not a bad weekend, I guess. Getting back into shape. It feels good. It feels real good. Don't lose my breath so quick walking up and down the hill. Lifting stuff is getting easier. Man, getting out of shape is so easy.
Yes, it is.
And then getting back, I mean, it's not an easy task, but once you start doing it, it gets easier. It really does, and you just got to keep on it. I don't ever want to stop again. Yeah, so feeling good. Almost done with the stairs. Had to move. I don't want to call it a boulder, but we'll just call it a big fucking rock. I had to move a big rock out of the way of the steps, and it was a chore. So it is now part of the path down there. I'm not moving it another inch. It's where it is. It just rolled down the hill, kind of scooted it out of the way. But yeah, good weekend. We're going to have some people over for Turkey Day, just some local FE friends. So it should be a good week. I'm excited.
That's awesome. Glad to hear that. Well, let's say hello to one Mr. Walter Johnson, who is also known as Flat Earth Head, over on YouTube's. Walt, how you doing?
Good morning, Josh. Good morning, Zach. Good morning, all of you lovely people in TFR world and YouTube's land and Facebook places, and I'm sure I'm forgetting some twitchy spots, whatever you're doing. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am here. My apologies immediately for not being here Friday afternoon. I was full-blown consumerism mode. We'll talk about it in a bit. Yeah, just crazy hectic shopping times. again, we'll discuss it, and I'll try not to rant much.
Right. Sure.
Much. Yeah, much. A few things, too, I want to bring up about family, my brother and stuff. But again, there's 3 people here. How are you, Josh? Sir, how was your weekend?
It was busy. Well, Saturday was busy. We got 98% of our stuff unpacked. Really, whatever's still left at the other house that needs to come over. And what little stuff I have down here in the basement. But everything else is unpacked. The furniture got here, put into place. Just got a few more wall hangings I've ordered to come in. But we got most of the art up. If I can get home early enough tonight where the sun is out, I'll do a walkthrough. I meant to do it Sunday, but that was my lazy day. It was nice to be able to actually enjoy the new house for a full day without having to do a damn thing. But nope, it was a good weekend. Work's been going good. It's a short week for me. Tomorrow is my Friday, so I'm off the rest of the week and the weekend again. So don't know if we're doing anything for Turkey Day. I guess going to Dixie's folks, to my in-laws. But other than that, I don't think we got anything planned.
Yeah, I totally forget sometimes it's Turkey Week because it's been crazy here. We have plans to go to the sister's in-laws' house and the usual thing, you know. Some of the extended family have let us know they're not going to be there because they're being upstanding citizens by refusing to be a human. So apparently that's how you do it these days, is to cease contact with the people you know and love and no longer see their faces. And that's how you're an upstanding citizen. So they've made that choice and they won't be there this year. But again, they're peripheral people anyway. We don't love them as much. I'm being very silly. If they ever hear this, they'll hate me forever. I'm being dumb. It was really, you know, when we heard some of the things and reasonings, and it was like, really? Enjoy your life, I guess. So, but the ones that count, I'm kidding. I'm very much kidding. The ones that count will be there. It's going to be great. We're going to have a blast. My son is making his first pie for us this year.
Nice.
So it's exciting.
What kind is he making, or is it a surprise?
Peanut butter pie that he explained it to me, and I'm like, well, interesting. I've never heard of such a thing. We'll see how it works out.
I am going to be making my grandma's famous egg noodles.
You're going to make egg noodles?
They're famous?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and in my family. You know, grandma's famous egg noodles.
So I'm like Josh. Are you like making dough and running it through this machine? Wow, that's heavy duty.
That is heavy duty.
No machine. You just get the old rolling pin out.
Well, that's what I meant. Oh, the rolling pin. Oh, I thought you just like that.
Oh, yeah. We're doing the old school.
The little hand crank pasta machine. There's a word for it. I can't remember. I should know. Michelle's got one for her clay dough.
They make them too thin, though. My grandma always made real fat. It was like a long, skinny dumpling.
Rustic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like my grandma's chicken and dumplings. I get that. You know, I had that growing up, and then I would go places and order chicken and dumplings, and they would bring me these little thin, flat, little, like, what is this?
Yeah, that's not a noodle. What is that?
It's thick and blobby and full of little powder spots. I mean, a flour spot. I'm just kidding. Man, I'm in a feisty mood today. It's all that consumerism, damn it. I'm trying to get to chats. I finally got to TFR and I haven't typed there. And I finally got to YouTube. Haven't typed there. I'll get there, I promise.
Guess I can actually look at chat. I've been doing really good with not getting distracted by chat. But then I just feel bad, like I'm ignoring everybody.
Yeah, that's our show. That's what I'm saying. That's what we do, is talk to chat. So, man, let's get this over with so I can calm down, I guess, about all these lovely things. Okay, so I'm already a person who just is not fond of just spending money all the time and knowing things are like they are. I'm working on trying to keep a little bit more and turn it into other formats that are probably going to last longer than the current fiat format they're in. Be that as it may, long story short, this last week we have done some shopping for Christmas, and it's been for other people too, but a whole lot of it's been very much aimed at the house, and unfortunately it feels like a whole lot of it's been aimed at me, and that's probably where most of this is coming from. But I just am so like the phone thing. Didn't want a phone. Told you guys, how long have I been saying that? For a year more? I got to get a phone. My phone's broke, big pink line, cracked screen, running hot, 24/7. Can't do anything on it. Functional. Get on a call with you guys and it's dead in 10 minutes. That kind of thing. So, yeah, needed a new phone. So I looked and I decided that I would get a certain phone, and I went to a certain place and they said, no, come back on this day, because on this day it'll be really cheap and waiving fees, and we'll give you back like $400 plus on cards, and so that makes that ridiculously high priced phone a little more affordable in the bigger scheme of things. It's still going to be on their phone bill for the next 70,000 years, but that's beside the point. Again, trying to do something good. So I get this new thing that's supposed to be just and I'm like getting excited about it, even though like I said, the amount that it costs and the ridiculousness of that these days. But if I'm going to do a new phone, I just assume do one that's new. If I'm just going to get a phone that makes calls and I can't do much on, I've got that already. So I got the Note 20 Ultra because I want to draw and I want to play and I want to do all these wonderful things. And the first thing I've noticed already is less than a day I've drained the battery. Well, I could do that on my old phone. So that's not impressive, because all the videos I've watched were, oh my God, this phone's going to be amazing battery life. And then it's got this amazing camera that I had seen. I believe Adam has this phone, if I'm not mistaken. He had posted some pictures that looked really incredible. So I took off and took some moonshots, which I will send to you guys here in a moment. And they're good. But I don't know. I guess I was expecting different. And then there's the 8K video, which I was super excited about because I really want to start putting up some new content for you guys, for our Patreon people. I have some things I want to do on my channel, and doing it in 8K, even though it really can't stream to most people's devices, it still looks really, really good on YouTube. So that was the plan. Well, I've taken the 8K camera out and run around with it, and it just looks like a regular old cell phone camera. I guess what I'm saying is, guys, don't go buy a new phone if you don't need it, because your buyer's remorse is eating me up right now. And what I don't get is, again, it was supposed to just be a revolutionary new device, and I don't feel that way yet. So there's one thing that I'm not happy about this holiday season, spending way too much money on this thing that I am just not pleased with. And then, again, the whole consumerism part of this whole thing has really driven me crazy with everything. Like, there's a list and this amount for this person and that person, and it's like, it can't just be from the heart. It has to be X dollars to equal X dollars, and I don't know. I guess I'll shut up and stop bitching, because it's just the consumerism part of it's about to drive me crazy. There are good parts. I'm getting a new computer, thank goodness. I know you guys are tired of hearing that happen every week. So yeah, my memory, what is it, M2 NVMe memory, and my new motherboard and all that stuff will be here Wednesday. So the next couple months, I'm sure, will be me talking about how I'm trying to get this new computer assembled. Actually, it'll probably take me just a couple hours, and it'll be up and running, I think. I think so.
You think so?
I'm excited about that. Yep.
Good.
But I'll become the computer geek, and I'll be talking about that, I guess, instead of guitar on the show now. Ah, goodness. But yeah, rant over. Good morning to everybody in chat. I'm just going to go in reverse order. I see Nachiketa. Hello, sir. How are you? Good morning. I have missed your videos this last week because I've been doing consumerism. I've missed our last Friday show again. I missed it, and then I still haven't listened to it, even though you asked me to, Josh. My apologies. Tell everybody what they missed if they weren't there, and tell me more about what I missed.
It was a really awesome show. We had Bob sitting in, and he wasn't on with Jaron for the Friday Lounge because they were talking COVID. He didn't want to talk COVID. So we were going to do our best to not talk COVID, but it still ended up going that way. We were talking about these all these hospitals that are have all their beds full with these COVID patients. And Jason was a guy in chat saying that he knows all about that. He's dealt with having to staff hospitals and stuff like that. He could tell us all about it. So we opened up the flat line and Jason called in. And apparently Jason used to work as a manager in a hospital, but was currently working in a hospice setting. But basically what they're doing is because things have been so slow and they laid off so many hospital workers, that's how they determine how many beds get opened in a hospital, is based on how many nurses you have staffed. So if you are not fully staffed with the nurse, there's no reason to open all the beds. So if you have 20 beds open for
This is crazy. I worked in a hospital for about 1.5 years. Granted, it was 20 years ago, but we could house 225 patients, and it didn't matter if there was 150 or 225. It was always fully staffed, to be able to hold the full amount of people. Now, they might have had nurses that took time off here and there. I don't know all the details, but it was never like we shut down floors or wings or anything like that back in the day.
Well, when you're a nurse, I dealt in the healthcare setting too. You can operate on a per diem basis where basically you just kind of live on call. And when they need somebody, they call you and you come running. And I guess they consider that as having been staffed. But the way Jason was saying it, because it's not fully staffed and they only have maybe 20 beds out of a 200-bed hospital open, that if they fill all 20 beds, then all the beds are full. They will turn patients away if they're not staffed to take care of them. So if they're only staffed for 20 beds, then all beds are full and they go on diversion and other hospitals have to take them. And
so when you see this in the news and stuff like that, all hospital beds full, they're not actually lying, but they're not telling you the whole truth either.
No, it's not that the hospital's full. It's all the beds that they're making available are full, which these days haven't been very many because, all the sick people from the first wave were not there. So they laid all the people off. Swell.
Well, yeah, you would think pandemic that there wouldn't be any medical professionals laid off right now at all. Actually, you would think that there would be a revolving door of people coming in and out of this profession, So-and-so got sick, we need a backup, blah, blah. You'd think that this would be like nonstop overtime for any nurse or doctor that wanted it.
Well, there are nurses around here that I know that are that busy, where they are fully staffed and things are getting crazy for them. It does seem that hospitals are filling up, at least around here from what I've seen and heard. Well, I've not been to the hospital in years, but from the people that work there, things are getting crazy at work. Take that for what it's worth.
You mean the cold flu season? That's hit us and they're getting busy at the hospital again?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So if you're on YouTube.
So I was working on trying to shout out and I got sidetracked. My apologies. Hello, everyone. Daz, thank you so much for the wonderful early run on the super chat, sir. He says, Walt's fine noodling, worth being a Patreon. I appreciate that, dude. I'm just messing around. I'll do another one as soon as I set everything back up. That's the other thing. I've had to tear my guitar setup down and move it around to do things in the house with new TVs. Again, no more bitching. Gratitude is the issue. That's what we're working on today. Today's our gratitude show.
I just heard a song yesterday, and I was like, and it's an oldie. It's an old one. It's a slow one. I can't remember it right now to save my life. But I was thinking about the Iron Scouts when I heard it, and I was like, I need to learn this song. Because it's not like a love song, but it's a feel-good, happy song about life and this and that. And, oh, you got a friend in me.
Nice.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. And it sounds so easy to play. I was sitting there listening to it, and I was like, I could play this. And I'm listening to the words. I was like, this is great. this is a happy song. The Scout, this is the song for the Scouts right here. So yeah, I think I'm going to learn You Got a Friend in Me.
That'd be real good.
That would be interesting.
I got to make sure I can, the guitar chords. I don't do bar chords or power chords, stuff like that. My hands just, they're not made for that.
It'll open up your light. You'll be able to play so many songs.
Yeah, blah, 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 blah. As long as
trying to help.
I can do a B.
Trying to help.
I can do B7, stuff like that. But yeah, no, it's just my hands. They're not, I don't know.
And see, I did it the opposite. Bar chords, and then had to figure out what real chords were. So.
Yeah, I started with C, D, G, F.
Well, what I was doing was bar chords, and I didn't know it. I had just kind of learned Smoke on the Water. And I was like, well, if I put this finger down here on the second string under it and do them together, that sounds even heavier. And I did it. I just figured that out on my little my cousin's acoustic guitar I had. And like, what? That makes it sound really heavy on this acoustic guitar that's not distorted or anything. And then from there, I figured out, oh, wow, if I do another finger under it, that's even heavier. And I was building a bar chord and didn't even know it. And then
it's tricky with my guitar. It's got that classical neck on it, so it's real wide. And it just makes everything, I don't know. I'm sure I could. It's just one of those things. I never wanted to be like Jimi Hendrix or anything like that. I just wanted to be able to strum a little bit and sing to it. Not so much sing, more or less write. More like a Art Garfunkel than a Paul.
Oh, man, for singing along with yourself, bar chords are so easy because you're just moving your hand up and down, literally. You're not thinking about, okay, I got to do a C, oh, a G. Where's that E flat? B7, oh, no. You're just doing it. Okay, I'll shut up. We'll do guitar lessons off the air.
Okay. Lucas just saw a real low meteor or something weird.
It could be something weird. What? Travis says he hates bar chords. Man, what is wrong with you people? Y'all just never sit down with them. They are your friend. I mean, it's so easy to go from a flat to a, oh, man, come on, people. Come on. Anyway, hello, Liz, the Iron Maiden. There's, as I said, Travis is in the house. Lucas is here, the Alan Holman, line producer extraordinaire, letting us know some things we'll talk about later. Did I say Liz? I did say Liz. Man, this thing keeps moving. Let me get back up here. I know I'm missing everybody. Diva, good morning. Lovely Diva. There's Mike D, Big Mike in the house. Anders Ace, there he is. And I'm scrolling. I know I missed somebody earlier. Damn it. Oh, Robert Page, good morning, sir. Horace Sheet in the house. What are you doing here? You're supposed to be making content, sir. I have missed your show as well the last few days, so I need a good laugh and hang out with you.
It's so funny.
Dude, I love the crap he's doing right now. It is amazing, dude. You got me. You're my favorite show.
I love it when he's real tired and out of it. Like
right now, I'm ready.
I'm last hour of his show.
When I get my computer built, I'm gonna be with you, dude. I'm gonna hop in with my goggles. I'm here, Hori. I got you back.
Oh, it's just great.
Listen, somebody. Alexander Lightwater, good morning, sir. Lenny Mears, good morning. And Lenny has mentioned a story that I was going to include this morning because my brother, of all people, sent that same story to me. He usually doesn't send me stories for the show, but he sent this one. And I will talk about the helicopter pilot finding a strange monolith in a remote part of Utah. I actually sent a little soundtrack for that story that my brother also sent to us, Josh. Did you get that message by chance that I put in the
No.
Okay. Well, it's there somewhere in the November pile.
All right.
Real quick, while we're talking about my brother, you guys send some prayers their way there in Oregon. Their dog, Lilu, she is a wonderful little angel dog, and she is having some surgery today. So she's a little older, and it's it's serious surgery. So y'all send them some love and prayers for sure. That's an amazing little animal. She's, like I said, an angel. A fur angel. Excuse me. Did you find that, sir?
I'm working on it. OBS went all wonky on me and had to reset all the windows.
Yes. OBS. Well, let me finish running the gauntlet here. I know I'm missing people already.
Well, real quick, let's throw out two that aren't there for sure. Pavlo.
All right, sorry, I'm sorry. You go.
Let's get Salamo in there. I always forget it. Angelo, out on the West Coast. If you're listening out there, brother, stay safe on those roads. Love ya.
Shout out to Brian Gasca as well.
I was about to say, and our good lost one, Brian, who I was doing some Pokemon with as well this weekend, back and forth, playing some whatever it is, rating. The Final Countdown 2, I love that name, Level Realm. That's awesome. Good morning, sir. You. Is that it? If I missed anybody else, I probably have. If I missed you, my apologies.
All right, so I'm going to play this message. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we'll talk about that little interesting tidbit, because it is interesting.
Well, I say we do that on
the... Liz, real quick, sorry. And a shout out to Jason as well.
Do we have time?
Also said, Jason told us Friday that he listens to Ironworx as well, every show.
Has been listening basically to us since the beginning.
Nice. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. I'm sorry I missed your show. I missed the show with you Friday, dude. Come hang out with us again, for sure.
Said he doesn't usually chat or doesn't usually even think about calling in or anything, but was excited to be able to do it on Friday. So I thought that was really, really cool. Yeah. I'll be damned. Awesome. Shout out to Jonathan from Jersey as well. He's had a little bit of cellulitis, was stove up in the hospital. So I believe he is sitting in a hospital bed right now.
Well, he gave me a call, and I tried to reach him again a couple of times. He and I never have much luck on the phones. So I was going to ask you about that this morning and got sidetracked.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can discuss that a little bit. Maybe he'll call in after a while. We'll see what happens right here on the other side of the break on Ironworx, right here on Truth Frequency Radio. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, it's Chris Gio, founder of Truth Frequency Radio and host of Beyond the Veil. The mainstream media and establishment remains
iron you need to get what you want.
And welcome back. Hot off the heels of an exciting break, which I have managed to keep off of YouTube. Go me. Well, mostly. I really don't know exactly what happened with Jonathan. I was just trying to scroll through this morning before I came down there on Facebook and just saw him sitting there in the hospital bed talking about being in the hospital. So I don't have a whole lot of news on it. So if he wants to hop on his phone and jump in the call, he should still have the link. I think he's still in this call from Tuesday. Or I suppose he could call into TFR. That would work too.
What's the number to call into TFR?
Oh, Walt, that was your cue, Walt.
Oh, you see, now there I am in chat, ignoring all of that. You want them to call here at Flatline. If you want to call TFR, it's always 213-233-3998. That's 213-233-3998. Call now.
833 TFR Live.
There's that as well. There is that as well. And then it's always out there, even though I don't know the last time I've checked it. 304-503-FLAT, baby. 304-503-3528. Flat is back, baby. That's our flat line for our Iron Realm Media powerhouse. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Call us there to leave messages when we don't answer. It doesn't ring any of my devices anymore. It used to ring my tablet, but that tablet died. Because consumerism and plastic devices, and we're not going there again. So yeah, before the break, we were trying to set up some music appropriate for this story here that we have. Hint, hint, hint. Josh, hint.
So is this where I play the message?
Yeah, you can now. Musical is what it is.
Oh. Let's see what happens when I open this.
Well, that was very anticlimactic. Are you still struggling?
Did you not hear it?
I'm not hearing it. Are you hearing it, Zach? And I'm not. Is YouTube hearing it and I'm not?
I heard nada.
Okay, good. It's not just me.
I can't think of any reason unless you just weren't ready for it. I mean, Zach didn't know what to listen to.
Sounds like.
Right.
I just didn't hear it. Anybody in chat? Did you hear it? Lenny Mears?
Listening to a mime?
They heard it.
I was going to say, I'm sure it went out on YouTube.
It went out on YouTube. That's fine. I've heard it. It's funny now. I mean, it's not funny now. I've stepped on it. Damn it.
I can't figure out why you guys wouldn't.
Timing. Timing.
Oh.
I hear a caller.
There's a caller.
Well, then instead of me talking, we'll do collaring.
Let's do that. Good morning, caller. Thanks for calling the Ironworks.
Hello, this is Nachiketa.
Nachiketa, how are you doing?
Good. I'm doing very well.
Awesome. Thank you so much for calling.
Hi, Josh.
How are you doing?
Walt, Zach.
Good morning.
It's been a while since I last spoke to you guys.
We definitely need to get you back on. What have you been up to?
Last couple days I've been just kind of sitting at home being lazy, to be honest. I chopped some wood. I got the chainsaw out, did some cutting, and worked the axe a little bit and get a little supply.
Oh, isn't that great medicine?
It's been rainy and what's that?
I love swinging an axe and cutting wood. It's just great medicine. It's like meditating almost.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow,
yeah,
I miss it too.
I
Now
love,
that you
I
both
love
have said
that
that.
feeling of when the wood splits.
It is satisfying.
For sure.
How's Kai doing?
So, he's doing all right. He's just he's also been really lazy. Just been eating and sleeping most of the time. He goes out for like a few minutes at a time, decides that was not a good idea and wants to come back in. So that's kind of been what's going on here.
Well, that's awesome.
Getting chilly up there in the mountains?
Yes and no. It's like, we didn't have a lot of rain for a long time. So the clear skies and, a little bit drought-like conditions. And then last couple of days we had rain, sleet, snow kind of deal. So it's kind of on that, like right in between temperature, I would say, like, where the water can start freezing.
Well, yeah, for people like Walt, that would be considered cold.
Yeah. I would say it's not quite cold yet, but it's getting there.
Yeah, just freezing, just starting to snow. Up in northern Indiana, we call that chilly. It's not cold yet. It'll get cold in January when it's like -20. But yeah, freezing temperatures.
Damn.
Yeah. For some people
shouldn't live where it's -20, Zachary. I'm sorry. That's not a place to live. It's like being on the North Pole at that point. You just say, come on down here with me.
I grew up in Wisconsin, and we had -20, 30, sometimes even 40, at times. So, and Korea is not a warm place either.
Thing. Normal.
My blood is thin. I'm in this hot, steamy climate here. My blood is so thin, I freeze instantly when I go in those temperatures.
Well, here, most important thing is you got supply of wood and you got a stove. What else do you really need? I'm drinking some tea, just kind of relaxing.
It's crazy how quickly north from here it gets cold, though. Like, truly, about 2 hours from here, you can get like snow almost every year. And it's not that far north.
In Louisiana?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where do you live?
All the way down. I'm all the way almost to the coast. Like 30 miles from me, you hit the Gulf Coast. Down in like the swamp, not swamp. When I say that, people picture alligators everywhere and all that, but literally, like probably 30 miles from me in a different direction is the Atchafalaya Basin, which is like the largest swampy-ish thing there is down here. It is a huge. Go look up the Atchafalaya Basin on your Google thing and look at the size of it when you have a minute. It's pretty crazy. Okay. But yeah, I'm down here, so it's hot and humid all the time.
When I was in university. I'm sorry.
What did you say?
I interrupted you. What did you say?
Nachiketa was just saying he'd been down to Louisiana twice.
Oh, really? Nice.
When I was in university, I was there twice for this. I used to play ultimate frisbee when I was in university.
Are you kidding? I used to hang out with some dudes in Lafayette. In Shreveport that did ultimate frisbee. That's crazy.
Yeah. It was a fun game. We're a bunch of stoners basically. Our team was called at Stevens Point. And we enjoyed drinking and playing frisbee and smoked a lot. And we went to a Mardi Gras tournament during like spring break or whatever. We drove from Wisconsin twice. 2 years I went, and it was a lot of fun. I remember it being really flat there.
Yes, sir.
Like Wisconsin. And muggy.
Very, very flat here. Yes. They're not having Mardi Gras this year. The mayor of New Orleans has decided that we are not getting more Mardi Gras this year. So for the first time in, Lord knows, ever, no Mardi Gras in New Orleans.
That's crazy.
I don't see that.
That's crazy.
They can say that all they want. Good luck stopping those people.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
Zach. You've been down here.
Yeah, you can't stop tradition. You really can't. Like even here, I had a festival, a ceremony where they were replacing like the top part of a temple. So they cut down a tree, they shaped it into a square, like a rectangular size, and they hauled it down from like where I am, which is about 2,250 meters above, to down to like about 1,900 meters. So about 350 meters, they dragged this piece of wood, like the whole village. And nobody was wearing masks. Some people were filming, and they were on live, and the police saw it, and they came. and they were trying to stop it because people were congregating and nobody was wearing masks and stuff, and everybody was just telling them like, go away, this is like not your business. So there's no way the police would do anything about it.
Wow, because you're like kind of very rural, one would say, right?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah,
and the police there are even still trying to see the rural places here.
Yeah,
like shopkeepers aren't even wearing masks and stuff like that. It's
it's
not even a thing in some places.
Like where I'm living. Yeah, but like where I'm living, it's like a village and no police come. Like I had police come initially, like in March. They knew that some foreigner guy was living up in the hut somewhere. So a couple guys came, and one guy was like a doctor. And I guess, he had like a lab coat on. And he checked me for my coughing with a stethoscope. That's how they were testing me to see if I had coronavirus or not, But generally the case, they don't come at all to the villages. But like the town is a little bit bigger. There's probably about 3,000 people living there. And it's not like there's a police station there or anything. They have to come and they have to drive probably about 15 kilometers to get here. But the people were like, just go away. This is our business. This is a holy thing, and nothing can interrupt that. I asked the people there and they're like, no, God is stronger than coronavirus.
Nice. Yeah, I'm hoping to see a lot of that this upcoming holiday season here in the U.S. I'd like to see all kinds of people going and visiting their family Thursday. And then even though I don't get into any of this stuff anymore,
right,
I'd like to see. It's one of those things that cheers people up. I mean, the holidays, it really does. It just changes people. People that are assholes, 50 weeks out of the year. The 2 weeks before Christmas, I don't know what it does. It's like magic almost. So I'm hoping to see that.
That pleasant mood. It's sacred. It's something very sacred about like holidays. I mean, growing up in Wisconsin, my parents were not very religious, but we were celebrating Christmas, Thanksgiving, and it was a sacred thing. Like we just all learned how to, be pleasant with each other, even with our differences and such, and I think that's really important these days. We're missing a little bit of that.
Yeah, I was so relieved to hear that my mom up there, they're doing a Thanksgiving because all of them, my whole family up there, they're COVIDiots. I can't say it any other way, but they're actually, they're all going to congregate together and they're being secretive about it, kind of, because it might be more than 10 people. So we got to be quiet. It's so funny hearing my mom like talking about being bad because I've never, ever heard her like that, like, how are we going to get around this ever? I've never heard her be like that. And it's just, it's good. I'm glad that she needs it. Everybody kind of needs it right now. Just that get in someone else's magnetic field, share some energy.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of struggle with my family as well. They're kind of, I lived, I'm living a lifestyle that is not considered the norm, by any means. And, my family, for the most part, I would say they're fairly successful people. And, I wouldn't go so far as to call them like COVIDiots or whatever. But I do try to look for some kind of solution where, we can see something like that is common that, but they just cannot be in understanding of why I don't, believe that Earth is a globe. I sent this like long email to everybody, like a 3-page long email about everything. And I think it was a little bit too much, for them,
Right. I'm sure it was. That's pretty bold move, man. That's impressive.
I think it's not so difficult because, like, I was already adopted, already a little bit different, and they already think I'm a little bit of a black sheep and kind of weird. So it's mine as well just add flat Earth and Mandela effect, and no coronavirus on top of that, just as like icing on the cake.
Yeah, some people just aren't ever going to see it, man. I took my family to Lake Michigan, to the beach, and showed them with their own eyes, hey, you shouldn't see that. That should be behind the curve of the earth right there. And, you know, it's still, it's CogDis. It's got to be. When you see it with your own eyes and you still deny it like that.
Yeah, and it's strange for me because, like, you know, my father's a professor. He was, and, you know, my brother is an actuary. My sister works for the EPA. She's like a, you know, fairly high up in the EPA.
Yeah.
They're all very intelligent people. Like, they're not stupid at all. Like, this family is very smart. Yet, there's some kind of trust thing going on, because one thing I did notice about them is that there is kind of like automatic, like there's no way the government could possibly lie to them kind of a feel there, you know? They don't consider that as a possibility. And if you add all these little things together, you understand why such intelligent people would never consider that Earth could be, you know, flat, or, you know, there could be some really weird stuff going on. You know, even just the basic conspiracy stuff, like, you know, false flag 9/11. I mean, 9/11 is like clear as day, and people still don't seem to get it. And what is it? What is it about that these people that they just don't seem to get into their mind about why they can't see reality the way we do, I suppose, you know?
I think most of it's fear based.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. It definitely is. And it doesn't just have to be a flat earth versus round earth thing. And as you said, at 9/11, I know when I was deep into the UFO research, and I mean, going to conferences, getting to know people, knowing people who had the same experiences my family had. And that's the part that I couldn't get. It made no sense. You know, they were like, well, that's just crazy. Why are you going there? Those people are nuts. And they're living through it. They're having the whole experiences. My sister had children disappear, and I mean, you know, out of her womb, and I mean, just crazy stuff that you cannot explain through science. Experiences with animals in the house, knowing things. I mean, just things that happen that we all experience together that they've somehow blocked. And I guess it's the fear of what they went through, and they don't want to bring that back up or accept it. So head in the sand is how they live now, and about everything, not just those things, but anything that's come since that. Heaven forbid I start trying to talk about, hey, you don't need a mask, taking the garbage out. Come on, let's get together, people. Take a break. Take a break. Oh man.
Yeah. And you can't, it's hard to blame them about it. I mean, it would be nice if they were, like, you know, on the same page about stuff, and because they are
frustrating, but you can't be mad.
Yeah.
No, I pity them. I feel sorry for them.
Yeah.
Even people that I don't like, you know, I still feel sorry for them. It's like, by now it's so obvious. I mean, I had resistance to it, but it's grown.
But I just think
it's more accepting now.
Yeah. But I just think it's just that, you know, everything, this whole reality seems to be constructed by our, like, attention. Like, we all put in this token of attention to whatever this reality is. So if there are too many people, or if there are a lot of people who believe in it, then they are creating that reality also. I mean, I'm not trying to get all new agey about this, but I'm talking about their actual behavior that is, like, you know, allowing things to be, you know, just the simple act of wearing masks, or simple act of, like, accepting the vaccine, that is going to make everybody want to do it, you know, or force everybody to do it. And that's all based on perception. And that's the sad thing about the whole thing, because we're all caught in this, like, tidal wave, you know, that we've created all of our collectively together.
You just gave me an epiphany that there's certain things here. You know how we can manifest things. We can make this place change. But even when almost everybody on the plane believed that it was a ball, knew it to be true, it still didn't turn it into a ball.
Right. No.
So there's certain things that are set.
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree with that. You know, and that's also true in the spiritual world as well. From what I have noticed, I think the physical plane is sitting on top of the spiritual plane, and that spiritual plane is not as like, you know, wishy-washy as we think it is. This is like, we live in a very like subjective world where if I think it's true, then it's true, and everybody's got their own truth kind of deal. But I think it's possible to move towards this objective notion of the truth, you know, because otherwise it's just going to be like your taste, my taste, who's right, who's wrong kind of deal. I have to think that 2 + 2 = 4 and should always be, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
well said.
But so, yeah, I just wanted to call and say hello. I don't call in very often, but thanks for letting me rant, and good chatting with you guys, Josh, Walt, and Zach. No, I don't come here often, but I'm always listening in.
Well, we appreciate.
Well, man, one time when you're a little sleepless, we need to get you over there and hanging out with us on a Friday night for us. It'll be like, what, 3 a.m. for you? I think I remember when we did that.
Yeah, I would love to. I would love to hang out with you guys.
Absolutely. It was a blast. That was way back the first part of this year. I know I was still in Oregon. So, yeah, definitely we need to do it again, man. Thank you for calling.
Yep.
And
later, guys.
Videos, man. Truly, your videos are very peaceful. They bring me a lot of peace. I think it was Kelly saying it was like some ASMR videos now, and that's awesome. I want to go check it out. If there's one thing I love, it's wood and chainsaws. So, yeah.
All right. Later, guys.
Thanks, Nachiketa.
Thanks, man.
Later, Natch.
That's good stuff.
Nice. Very nice. Well, definitely, guys, go check out the Nachiketa's channel. If you haven't, it will be linked up here at some point. I'm not going to try to do it right now. We're about to hit the break. But I'll stick it in the chat or in the description for the show. So it'll be here on YouTube, on the... I'll put it in the description of the TFR show as well. So, all right. Speaking of, we're almost at the break, are we not?
We are about 3 minutes away.
A few minutes away.
Well, then I guess we'll tease the monolith in the desert yet again, because it's a little bit of a story. I don't want to just rush through it in this little 3-minute segment. There was something else I wanted to tell you guys. Oh, it's 52 degrees here on the Bayou side.
37, Walt. 37.
What is it?
37 here in Valley Falls.
Nice.
And I bet it's colder where Josh is. I don't know. We've been pretty close to the same temp.
Well, that converts out to 11 degrees Celsius. So all you numerologists enjoy that. There's a formula here. I'll garble it up. I'm sure it's 52 degrees Fahrenheit minus 32 times 5/9, and that's where you get your 11.111111 Celsius. I'll drop that formula for you guys there in chat. I know there's an easy to it. That can't be the only way to do it.
Without looking it up, anybody, what is the human temperature in Celsius? I know it in Fahrenheit. I don't think I've ever heard it in Celsius. 98.6, heard it all over the place. But what is it in Celsius? I don't think I've ever heard the human temperature given in Celsius. Without looking it up now, don't cheat.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not even going to try. You saw me trying to look it up here for the 52 degrees, so don't look at me.
Liz is saying 38. We got Lucas saying 37. Diva 32. 37.6. Ooh, Andres Ace might have put the nail in it there. Yeah, I have no clue.
Yeah, I don't know. I know there's a conversion.
3.
Okay, I just dropped the temp conversion in chat. Now that everybody's dropped a guess, I guess I'll go look it up. Hang on.
Well, you better hurry because we got about 30 seconds before break music starts.
No.
Ding, 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 ding.
Go computer, man. I can't wait to build my faster computer. 98.6 is 37 degrees Celsius. Who wins our non-prize for today? I believe Andrew's ace.
I believe it's Lucas. I think Lucas hit it first.
Oh, did he hit it first?
At 37.
Yeah, you're right. Lucas got there first. Lucas is the winner of mentioning that on the air. So
Travis guessed 33.3.
Nice. All right, I guess we're going to a break. Is that the plan?
Yep, I think that's the plan. Music? Yeah, we're just talking over it.
That's cool. Well, okay. Well, I'm Walt. That's Josh. That's Zach. This is Ironworx. You knew that, though.
96.8 here.
Is your number one source for
TFR.
Truth Frequency Radio.
Good morning. I'm here. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up!
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Okay, dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe that dark matter is there, but we have
How dare you?
And welcome back to the Ironworks. Hour number 2 kicking off right now. And I think Walter actually has some space lettuce and stuff to get into.
Actually, you caught me about to call. Hang on. Busted. So, yes, apparently, as you heard from the music there earlier, our buddy Arthur C. Clarke has once again predicted the future. I mean, he predicted satellites and other spacey things. Apparently, a helicopter pilot found a strange monolith in a remote part of Utah. Let's see if I can get my brother and them to head out there and get a up close look at it. That's not far from them, I think, if I looked it up on the map correctly. Apparently, a state employee. Hold on, it won't scroll. Oh, they're wanting me to subscribe. What do they want? No, they want a donation. So you guys go donate to the Guardian if you would like to. I shan't. But excuse me. The structure is estimated to be about 10 feet, about 12 feet high. Between 10 and 12 feet high. They wrote this really badly. Bad story. It's about 3 meters for those of you looking for Celsius. It appears to be planted in the ground. It's made from some sort of metal, which is yet to be determined. Its shine is in sharp contrast to the enormous red rocks which surround it. There are pictures, which if Josh can do that while I'm reading, that would be awesome. I'm not going to attempt to share and read. So,
is this supposed to be like the Kubrick?
Dude, this is like, it is as close to it as you can get. I mean, right now I feel apes intensifying in their anger right now. Anyway, sorry. Go watch the movie. So yeah, it's not black like the monolith in the movie. It's silver. And I'm sure it's probably some kind of art project or something. Somebody stuck out there just to have someone come along and find it, just like this. This person, let's see, the helicopter pilot Brett Hutchings told local news channel KSL-TV, that's been about the strangest thing I've come across out there in all my years of flying. Hutchins was flying for the Utah Department of Public Safety, which was helping wildlife resource officers count bighorn sheep in the south area there in the state. One of the biologists is the one who spotted it, and we just happened to fly directly over the top of it, Hutchings said. He was like, whoa, turn around. And I was like, what? And he was like, oh my God. And I was like, oh, totally. No. And he's like, there's this thing back there. This is truly how this guy wrote this. And then there's this thing back there. We got to go look at it. And they went back around, and it appeared to be firmly planted in the ground, not dropped in from the sky. I'm assuming it's some new wave artist or something, or, somebody that was a big 2001 Space Odyssey fan. Hutchings said the monolith and its setting, which is really a whole lot like the movie, is, there you go. It resembles the famous scene from Stanley Kubrick's 1968 film in which a group of apes encounter a giant slab. Let's see, I mean, they just go on about how they were stunned by it. There's some links to their stuff on Twitter and whatnot. We're kind of joking around that if one of us suddenly disappears, then the rest of us make a run for it, Hutchings said. Bighorn sheep live in some of Utah's most rugged and remote areas and survive in hostile climate conditions. Fearing amateur explorers might get stuck in the wilderness while seeking out the monolith, the flight crew have not revealed its exact location. So apparently it was difficult to get to this area. This wasn't an easy place to get to put this big, huge metal object. Interesting. Very interesting.
So it wasn't near a road or anything like that?
No, apparently it's a very rugged and remote area, and these guys are scared people are going to be stuck out there trying to get to it, so they haven't revealed where they found it. Interesting. So anyway, some observers compared this monolith to...
Wait a minute. Do they have any video of this?
Yes. Yep, they do. I will share it. Well, Josh will share it. Yeah.
In HD, right? It's in HD?
Oh, I don't know.
Because if it can be, then it will be, according to Crow. Crow's law of HD. Anything that can be filmed in HD will be filmed in HD.
Well, you'll have to expound on that a bit in a minute.
No. Yeah, I'm just saying pictures don't do it for me anymore. I want to see some video. I got to see them. Everybody's got a cell phone. You see something crazy.
Oh, right. No, there's video. There's video.
Okay. All righty.
I'll let you let Josh share that with everybody if he would like to. Where is the rest of the story? Oh, it is below a pay thing. Or I guess that was it. Scroll past the bottom. Well, that was it. They were just saying, hey, don't go out there. You'll die. Oh, wait. I thought I was reading more. I found it. Some observers compared the monolith to the plank sculptures by artist John McCracken, who lived in New Mexico and New York, until his death in 2011. So, no.
If it's real remote, what kind of condition is it in? Does it look really...
Pretty pristine.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's got to be pretty new, probably.
Yeah, let me see. Can I share this?
I just played it for YouTube for what it's worth.
Oh, okay. Josh is on this. We're just not getting it, Zach. We'll have to see it later. Josh isn't sharing with us.
No, I did not share. She shares screens. Sorry.
No worries.
It did look awfully strange. I'll give it that.
And it does look pretty remote where they are there. We kept threatening to go out to Utah when I was there in Oregon, but we just didn't make it that way. And that was one of the cool things about being there is you can go in any direction and find something completely different. The desert being right there in Utah, about 45 minutes to an hour away. So we just never did. But like I said, I'm going to see now that I don't know where it is. I was just saying, I know Utah's close because we never went. But they're not telling us. Damn it.
We'll just have to start scouring Google Earth.
I was thinking that too, sir.
Since apparently it's visible from the sky.
And it's in southern Utah, you said?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's one place I didn't get to. I wanted to so bad.
To avoid people going to look for it and getting stuck, we shall not reveal exactly where it is. Just a general area, but don't go. We're not going to tell you exactly where it is so you don't go looking for it. We're going to not tell you where it is so you don't go looking for it.
And it's real remote. So good luck.
You know, it could be one of those little tabs that when you pull it out, the actual device starts working, no longer running on the demo battery at the store.
Tabs,
so
right.
you pull that tab and we'll start running like it's supposed to. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what it looks like. Maybe it's the monopole that we've all been looking for.
How much you want to bet they name it the Devil's something? I was just thinking about this yesterday. Every state park that I've been to, pretty much, if it has lots of trails and natural features with names, they all have a Devil's something. Very first one ever named in this country, the Devil's Tower. New Mexico, I was at the Devil's Inkwell. Indiana, there's the Devil's Icebox. They're all over the place. Not one has ever been named God's something or other. They're all
There's a Devil's Pond right here in New Iberia, about 30 minutes away, and it's in the middle of a park, and it's really creepy, and people apparently got hung there.
That might be something people could use to wake people up to who is actually running our government and how long they've been in charge. They've never, ever once named anything in the glory of God. It's all the devils. I don't know. Just saying.
Good morning to Mr. Douglas Falk in chat. We have yet to get in touch with you, sir, like we keep threatening to have you hang out with us yet again. We miss having you around. So I guess now that we've said it out loud on the air, we have to make it happen.
You've been on my mind, though, sir.
Yep. definitely have. So thank you, Darren. And a new account. If you believe it, the effect of it will come, is his super chat he has included to us all. Thank you, Darren.
And
Which I will
Kelly,
talk.
Hal Fuckery in chat says the Whiteside Mountain has Devil's Courthouse. Might have to go check that out. Yeah, just weird how everything's the devil's when it comes to our government naming things.
Well, this
Just
world
saying.
is his, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but you know, our money says "In God We Trust."
Yeah, that's just like a label, though. That's more like a name tag for your dollar bill. This is the God in which we trust, the almighty dollar.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's just weird, though, isn't it? It's kind of weird. The devil's everything.
It is
kind of putting him up on a pedestal, kind of, you know? Just a little bit.
How many of these do you think, though, might not be necessarily specifically named by the government, but maybe named by locals and just not changed by the government?
Yeah, there's a lot of them. That'd be weird for a lot of locals to be naming stuff the devils, and not one of them named it God's something or other. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. Maybe do a little bit of research on this. Who named all these places and this and that? Because they're all like state parks, national parks, stuff like that. Just saying.
Shout out to Liz for the super chat.
Thank you, ma'am. So is the Monolith, is that it for Space Lotus? I haven't been hearing a whole lot. I know they've been sending their little rockets up or out, whatever you want to call it. That's not really anything newsworthy, though.
Well, Walt included a story that I had heard on the Dave Glover show. Really interesting. Got me thinking in a few different directions. So apparently they can take a swab of your cheek, right? And then they send that swab off to a lab. And then the lab grows hunks of meat, whereupon you can slice off steaks and grill up steaks of your own lab-grown flesh. So the question is that really cannibalism? Are you eating other people? And if it's that easy, is that really necessary? Why don't we swab the cheek of a cow?
Yeah.
Or a pig or a chicken? If that's all you got to do, why do we have to cram them into these places the way that we do? If all you got to do is take a swab and grow some meat. But my question is, if that's what you're doing, if you're swabbing the cheek of a cow, you have one cow and you're just generating thousands and thousands of pounds of meat from this single cow, is that lab-grown meat safe for vegans?
Yeah, it didn't actually hurt the cow.
No, nothing was harmed.
The cow.
In fact, it's, yeah. By the act of doing it, you're saving cows. You're saving thousands and thousands and thousands of cows by choosing to eat this harmless meat this way.
You'd be saving thousands and thousands and thousands of rabbits that were murdered in the soy fields.
Right. They're not even, and it's not like they're creating life that has to die for the meat. I don't know. I just thought it was really gross and strange. Human
I
steaks.
thought as well that was very gross and very strange and very twisted and very like what we were speaking about, oh, I don't know, the devil's plane, if you will, that everything seems to be trending towards. I mean, we had the blood people trying to make people younger using donated, I hope you see and hear the air quotes, donated blood. And now you can grow your own cheek steak.
Grow your own cheek steak. But again, why do you have to market it as human steaks?
Well, because that's cool. Then you're a cool. Now the new trend is zombie, right? We've done the.
No, but don't we, like, if you feed a cow, doesn't something bad happen?
Well, I thought if you feed human, it's what is it, prions? Is that what we thought Hillary had with her green tongue?
I think that's just from too much human brain, right?
I thought so too. After I thought that, I was like, wait, that's just if you eat human brain. So yeah, I'm not sure. I know you're not supposed to eat that. That's all I know. I'm not gonna. It's the story title is really what got me. It's time to decide if we're willing to eat human steak or not. Well, guess what? Not. Consent revoked. Not done.
Wouldn't be prudent. Not at this juncture.
Sizzling steer steak from the feet.
Thank you, Darren.
That's so weird hearing you say Darren.
I used to hang out with a buddy. I'm giving him shit all the time. That's what I'd say. Darren. Anyway, good morning, Arwen. It's good to see you. I know I missed a lot of people that have jumped in. I've tried to say hello to them too. Rio showed up. Somebody else came in. Branch Craftsman's group.
Soylent Green is people.
Right. Astral and Hester.
Nice one, that.
So Sunday was cool because Globebusters was on.
Yeah.
And you know who was on Globebusters on Sunday?
I do.
The Adam Meakin.
He did good.
Nice.
He spoke more than I did the couple of times I've been on there. Probably 10 times more. I'm just a quiet guy, you know. But no, Adam got in there, and yeah, it was a great show about gravity.
No, that's a force, right? Gravity.
We say you could think of it as a force, their gravity.
Something like that.
I mean, if we want to get technical, you can call it incoherent dielectric acceleration. But when you say stuff like that, normies, they gloss over.
Mm-hmm.
They have no idea. I mean, if you really want to get technical, we could get rid of gravity and just call it Earth, like it used to be called by all the alchemists, you know. Fire, water, air, earth. Strong, fusion, fission, electromagnetic, and then gravity, or I just call it the electric field. I think that's what causes it. Can we ever know what's creating an electric field, this electric field that we live in? No, I don't think so. I don't think it's possible.
But we can recreate electric fields. We can test.
Yeah.
We can do things that could test.
Yeah, we can show that within an electric field, just that in it by itself, there is a force created. Induction takes place to everything within inside the electric field. And then, you know, it's a very weak force, but it's there. That creates that vector.
Gravity is not a force, but you can think of it as a force. Gravity is not a force, but you can think of it as a force.
Another big shout out to Adam. And then, also, as luck would have it, I was on The Infinite Fringe with Billy Ray Valentine on Sunday as well.
Get out of here.
Yeah, it was just kind of a last minute
thing. I started
thing.
listening to it, and then my phone died, so I got to finish it.
Yeah, it was real last minute. He just hit me up like 10 minutes before he went on. So I just hung out with him for a little bit. Said otherwise he was just going to rant. But no, it's always a good time hanging out with Billy Ray. You need to get him back over here or have no sphere.
Absolutely.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
And Globebusters was also joined by another LC King who was here in chat.
I was gonna. I meant to get to there when when I brought up Globebusters. That was the whole reason was to get Adam and Lucas on there. But
tangent. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all right. And I have yet to even listen to all of
Lucas
Globebusters.
spoke about as much as I normally do. Lucas is a pretty quiet guy, normally. Likes to sit back and listen. But when he speaks, you want to listen. You want to pay close attention. Because he doesn't just, blather on. When he says something, it's going to be pretty coherent. And if you don't understand it, you need to go look up the words. Yeah, a lot of his videos I still have trouble with. I just don't have all that down yet. With all the stars and all that kind of stuff. He's got it down so well. And deciphered all that stuff so well. It's like standing in front of an ocean and getting ready to jump in. So yeah, if you're interested in any of that kind of stuff, the astrology side of things, how it really, works in with this realm, and the frequencies, how they guide and manipulate and all kinds of stuff, that's a channel to go check out for sure. LC King.
Indeed, and just like you, sir, when LC does speak up, when Lucas has something to say, it's something to listen to. So he needs to come back and hang out for sure, as well, because it's been a minute. And other people that we need to have back around is our buddy James True, who I tried to make happen on Friday, and I kind of dropped the ball, just not being here doing plastic consumerism. My apologies. We'll get him on ASAP for sure. We actually have a plan for Friday's show, don't we, Zachary?
Yes, we will be having on the guest that we did not get on, not last Friday, but the Friday before Dom, when Josh just got overworked,
right.
Trying to get more done that was humanly possible. And we just had to skip that Friday show, but yeah, he's real excited. I'll get a hold of him tomorrow. I'm sure he's probably going to come to the Wednesday show and just hang out, whatnot.
Sweet. And
we'll go over all the pictures. And I was thinking of that, or maybe we could save the pictures for Friday and have them more, because I've seen them. But
if you've seen them and you'd be able to share them,
yeah, I could do that.
Then that would be perfect.
Okay. Yeah, because I want to see your guys' reaction. I want them to see your guys' reaction to this stuff live.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah. It is. It's pretty amazing stuff. I was blown away just by changing water that you could do that to plants.
Yeah,
it's going to be a pretty awesome show.
I'm real excited for the springtime to see what I can come up with here.
Over the years, I've dabbled in some different forms of water changing. I don't think that's the correct word, but
15 seconds, Walt.
Oh wow, we're there.
We're there,
oh,
baby.
Really? Well, then I'll shut my mouth and we'll talk about water on the other side of the break. Magical, mystical water.
Magical, mystical water. Well, this is still the Ironworx. Stay tuned. We have the fourth and final segment coming up here real soon. Josh, Walt, and Zach hanging out with you. This has been a really good show. Nice, quiet, laid back. Shout out again to Jonathan. I know he wasn't feeling well before he went to the hospital. He had food poisoning and was worried about that. I got some other things going on and had to check himself in. But I think he's feeling better, doing good, staying in good spirits. So get rest, feel better. And
Love you, Jonathan.
We'll be right back after this.
No hype, no fear. We are TFR. Frequency Radio.
Well, good morning, caller. Thanks for calling into the Ironworks. How are you this morning?
I'm pretty good. How are you guys?
Oh, happier than a puppy with two peckers.
What? I bet the females.
How are you doing, Candi?
Hey, Candi.
What's up, lady?
I'm across the country right now.
Yeah, where are you right now?
I'm in Pendleton, Oregon. I It's about 1 hour from my location, the starting point, because I'm not really wanting to drive, and I'm swished like a sardine can in here. I have everything. You guys, I'm going to send you a picture of my car. I bought a cargo thing for the roof, and there's one on the trunk, and the whole entire inside. So, like, I can barely see out of the car.
And you're headed,
so I'm going to have great gas mileage.
you're headed east, huh?
Yeah.
Sounds like you need to lighten your load.
I know.
Look, I'm as guilty as anyone. You can ask Zach. He's seen the boxes in this house. I have done my best to pare it down over the years, and it is now where it is. And this is really good because it used to be storage facilities. Unfortunately, my family early on found out about storage facilities and kept them. And that's what my family actually does in Oregon is they work for storage facility companies, kind of probably because we all have too much crap.
Yeah. I did get rid of a lot. I left a lot of stuff. I did, and I still have a lot of stuff. Look in our Skype group that we have, and I just put the picture in there now. It might take a minute because I have Brent, and right now I just parked. I was falling asleep already because I didn't leave until late. Every time I tried to leave, somebody was like, "No, just wait till the morning. Wait till the morning." And then when morning came, it was never. I don't know. I don't know. It was hell trying to get out of there with all the people trying to stop me from going. But I was like already kind of tired. I didn't sleep much last night because everybody was talking and talking because when when you're leaving somewhere and you're not going to see somebody for a while or ever again, it's kind of stayed up talking, and then I didn't get very much sleep, so I should have waited until the morning because I left at like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I'm only like an hour and something away from where I was. And I am so tired. I had to stop. I stopped at the store for like an hour, and then I drove a little bit more, and I found this place called Viewpoint or something like that, and it's like I'm like way high up on the mountain, and there's like a really awesome view down on the beach, and it's all a bunch of lights. It looks really cool. So I stayed here and I started falling asleep, and then I remembered you guys were on. So I came in here, and then I kept actually falling asleep during the show, and that's why I called.
Well, yeah, don't fall asleep.
Yeah, I don't want to wreck. I have way too much stuff in the car. If I wreck, like, it's going to be just a tragedy. Like, I'm going to lose so much stuff, and it's probably going to be, like, way worse than what it would actually be because of all of the stuff in here. It'd probably kill me. I don't know.
So where are you heading? How far are you planning to go cross country?
It's like almost 4,000 miles altogether. I'm going to North Carolina for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then I'm going to Massachusetts.
Wow. I've never been up to the Northeast. Well, I've been up to Niagara Falls. I've been up to like upper New York, Niagara Falls area, but that's it. I've never gone up into that little peninsula up there.
I want to go to Niagara Falls so bad.
You'd probably like it up there, Zach. If you don't mind the cold, you'd probably really like it up there. Maine, Vermont, that's just so beautiful up there. It's a little chilly.
It's like their summertime.
I think it was there as a child that I learned to love the autumn and the color change and all that good stuff.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yep. And it doesn't happen like that anywhere else in the world. But there, and some color, but not.
You're starting to break up a little bit there, Candi.
Yeah, you break it up, Candi. Well, so when I took my family out to Oregon, it was the color change time of the season out there. And I mean, like going through those mountains and seeing colors that I couldn't even imagine trees being blew my mind. And I heard from my family out there, my brother and his family, that people come out there for that, not as often and more as, not as popular as out on the eastern coast like you guys are talking about, but it was pretty amazing for me for the fall, because where I grew up and where I live, it's either green or dead branches. There's not much color change that happens here. So yeah, I really saw some craziness out there in the autumn that one time. Every other time I've been out there, it's always been summertime, and I don't see any of that. But that one winter I was out there, or going into the winter, late fall, it was amazingly colorful to me. It doesn't get that way in Washington, where you were, Candi?
No, it's like it changes. They change colors, but not like New England. New England's like a drastic change.
Well, then I'll have to go experience it for sure, because what I saw out there in Oregon was pretty mind-blowing. Like I said, I had heard, and, like everything else, all you hear it, but to experience, wow, that was a big one. Sorry.
But too, I was in the desert. Where I was in Washington, there was not very many trees, to be honest. I live in the desert. It rains 7 inches a year there, average. It's like there's not much weather. It's kind of the weather where I was at, 2 hours away from me, during the wintertime, it would be like a blizzard. But where I was at, nothing. I mean, we got one, I think it snowed like one time last winter, maybe two. I mean, other than like flurries, but we didn't really get much snow. And the rainfall is like shockingly low. Like I really, I guess we learned about that in school, that there's not much rain in the desert, but you don't really think about it until you're actually there and experiencing it yourself. And it's like, and then having plants in the ground, you have to water the plants every day or they will die.
Now, real quick, I'm sorry, I'm like mesmerized in chat. Diva said it's almost 1 a.m. in New Zealand. It's only a 6-hour difference from the East Coast out here. How is that possible?
It's only a 2-hour difference. It's only it's 3:40 here. So it's almost 1 a.m. there. It's 3:40 a.m. here.
Yeah, and then Lucas, who's in Australia, it's 10:30 p.m. That's weird. I thought they were, we're always taught Australia is like on the other side of the plane or whatever. But New Zealand and us are only a 6-hour difference. I'm sorry, I don't know. My brain just...
I thought you were going to be discussing Flatlantic 2020, the meetup that Waters Above and Zulu One are hosting on Saturday, December 9th, there in Flagler Beach, Florida. That's where I was mesmerized.
Zulu One is hosting one in Florida? Is that what I just heard?
That's what it looks like. That's what unless I'm misreading that.
I'm so jealous.
From Waters Above. She just posted Flatlantic 2020 as a meetup. Zulu One and I are co-hosting on Saturday, December 19th in Flagler Beach, Florida.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. I don't know. This is the first I've heard of it. I'm going to have to see what I can do.
I'm going to be able to visit Zulu One. I'm going to be so close to him.
Gonna be real close.
Yeah, I'm not excited for the weather, though. It's going to be so cold.
And that's a confirmation. She confirms December 19th. Yes, with Zulu One.
So did you guys look at the picture in Skype?
Oh, well, I've not even gotten that far yet. Let me go check. I saw it pop up.
No way. I won't be able to come down there, Zulu. I will. No way. When I get done driving this drive right here, I'm not sure I ever want to drive a car again.
Oh my
I'm already
God.
sick of it. It's been an hour.
You're loaded. That's a load.
That is a load.
Do you mind if I use that in our show picture?
Isn't that hilarious?
Oh, it's great. Been there. Trust me. I know all about it.
My friend Nick said, can I please post that? I won't call you out on it. Just please let me post it. I was like, I know. I'm like, I pulled up at the gas station. I'm like, I want to like hide my head. I'm glad for the mask, huh?
Well, I just want you to be careful. The only thing worse than
That's why I
driving
stopped.
angry is driving tired.
Yeah, I know. And listen, you guys, I have a crazy story. And I have really no explanation for this whatsoever. So I was driving from Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Gonzales area, to Dallas, North Carolina, where my mom is. And it's about a 12, 13-hour drive. 14 maybe. So I worked all day that day, and then I went after work. And so I was really tired. I tried to drive straight through, and it was a mistake. And it was Christmas time, and I think I had like $1,400 saved up, and that's it for like the trip and for Christmas. So I was not wanting to stop and get a room anywhere. So I kept feeling myself fall asleep, and then all of a sudden I opened my eyes, and I was like, oh my God, am I at the gate? Like, is this heaven and hell? Like, I looked at my kids, and the kids were in there, they were sleeping. I'm like touching them to see if they're breathing. I was so scared because I knew I'd fallen asleep. And all this happened so quickly that it was like, I looked up and I saw green arrows and red X light. And I was like, thinking like, is this the heaven and hell? What is this? I was real confused. Even though it was just a couple of seconds, it felt like way longer.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized my car had veered off the interstate right at the right time to where I went into a way station.
That is crazy.
And I was like, as soon as the next exit came, I got off. I was like, my kids we would have all been dead if I was just at the right place at the right time when I fell asleep. Like the song Jesus Take the Wheel, that was really happening or something. I don't know what it was, but it was somebody saved us.
Wow.
Something.
Yeah, I'd have to get out and walk around after that.
Yeah, you know what I did? I was about 4 hours away, I think. I was in Atlanta area when that happened. And so I got off at the next exit, and it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. I would have had to get a motel for just like 3 hours or so. I left the car running, and the kids were already sleeping. I just locked the doors and went to sleep in the parking lot of a hotel. As soon as daylight came, I got back up and I drove up to my mom's. But yeah, I don't ever want to do that again, and that's scary because I've seen it's happened. It's been an almost for me so many times falling asleep behind the wheel I have this problem. Like I fall asleep all the time. Like I don't know what it is. Like I can fall asleep standing up sometimes. Like I can fall asleep anytime, anywhere, and sometimes it's a problem. So I know that myself already is, it's bad. So then I'm by myself, and and then the window. It's like hard. I can't really talk on the phone because I have this. You see the cargo thing on the top. I wanted to. See, this is a little bitty car, so you're not supposed to put crossbars on this thing, but I made it work. And so the way that they're on there, I had to run the ratchet straps into the inside of the car. So they're going across the roof of the car on the inside, both of them. So both of them going through the window is not sealing it's not airtight along the window, top of the door. So then it's really loud. It sounds like I'm driving with the windows down. So that's fun. I'm like, It's annoying. And the guy that helped me do it, he was like, "You're going to be cussing me the whole ride because it's going to be loud in there." And I'm like, "No, I'm not. I don't care. I just need a way to get my stuff," because I bought the cargo thing on OfferUp. So, yeah.
Well, it's an adventure, if
Short-term bad,
anything.
long-term good. That's what I got to say. Huh?
Said, well, it's an adventure, if anything.
Ooh-wee, yes. And, yeah. I just wish that I had more time. I want to make it, even though Thanksgiving's nothing that I care to, celebrate. Yeah, but my kids do. You know what I mean? It's still tradition for them. And I just want to get there before Thanksgiving to be there for that. And my mom, too. My mom just had a double mastectomy last year, so she's getting older. I want to be there for Thanksgiving because they care about it, not me, but they do, and that's what matters. So I don't have time to stop. And I have a friend that lives right here by Pendleton, and I just want to go see her so bad, but I don't have time, because we've never met in person, so it would be really cool. She's another person I met on YouTube. But I don't know. A lot of people, I see a lot of flat earthers in her channel, actually. Her name's Mother Nature on YouTube. She's really cool.
Have to check her out. So we are rolling up. What we got here?
About 8 minutes.
About 8 minutes to go. Another Tuesday. The sun is illuminating the skies above. No confirmation on the actual sun, but it appears that it's coming back around again. It'll be a good day.
You guys heard the best turn yesterday, and I was like, dang, if I wasn't, if I didn't know what I know already, this would have been like, I would have stolen it. It said, I don't even remember where I saw it. Somebody said, have a pleasant rotation. Oh man, what did they say? I can't remember what it was now, but it was hilarious. I was like, oh my God, that is so clever. They said, have a pleasant rotation completion or something like that, a whole day. I can't remember what they said. No, it sounds stupid.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, anything but the M word, I'm always open to. Because I don't mourn the new day. I don't mourn the night going away and the light coming. I embrace it. As I embrace the night as well, But I don't mourn anything. Yeah, words have meanings.
That's one. Yeah. The whole, man, it's amazing to me. And I've been telling the people that I've been staying with the last couple of days before I left, they've been in shock because they don't really get on the internet and stuff. They're busy outdoors a lot more. And so they didn't know anything about the Mandela effect, and I've been flat smacking the crap out of them. They're not really buying it, but they will. But it's just their mind has been blown. And then when they say stuff I always say you must be dumb if you think you're free for freedom. Somebody says about freedom, I was like, oh yeah, you must be dumb if you think you're free. Freedom. They were like, whoa. So I started, telling them other things that, the whole thing with the speech and the language and the words that we say, how we're casting a spell every time we open our mouths and say anything, and we don't even know it. Well, most people don't know it.
Yeah, it's all vibration. And they figured this out a long time ago. I mean, the whole Hebrew alphabet, it went from pictographs, kind of like Egyptian. You have your ancient and then your paleo, which are really similar. They just kind of took some of the pictures out, and just made it more like a constellation. Instead of the actual picture, it was more just like a stick figure almost of it. And then when they figured out, they had to figure out the whole frequency and vibration. When you say the Hebrew alphabet on a oscilloscope, it actually produces the image. Like when you say Aleph, it makes the Aleph sign. Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? And they did this a long time ago. Yeah, so they were way advanced, and it's crazy that they figured all that out. And most people nowadays, yeah, like you said, no idea. I didn't know until a couple years ago when Just Jack, Flat Earth, taught me that. And
you telling us that, Jack? Jack told you that, and you shared it with Zach. And every time you talk about it, it reminds me of that thing I saw at the conference with those guys talking about crop circles and something about if you take them and rotate them into 3D space and something, they become the Hebrew alphabet. And I'm like, I didn't know anything about anything at that point, So that was pretty insane. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find those guys and see if I can find out what they were really about. It's been a while.
I love it when I hear stuff that I have never heard before, and you guys just blew my mind. Like, I didn't know that stuff at all. That's crazy. Now I'm gonna have to go look into it. Like, I don't have time for this, you guys. Thanks a lot. I love it. I'm so crazy. And you guys, I took some acid. I had this one hit of acid from March of 2018, and I took it, 2019, sorry, and I took it about 2 months ago. Do you know that night changed me? I don't know where my mind went, but I swear that it was like what I saw, it was like almost as if who knows, could have been just a dream I had because I was, tripping. But that stuff still works. It does not have a shelf life. If anybody was ever wondering, I could not believe it. So I was by myself, and I went, and what I saw was kind of like everything that we do, there's like another us on another timeline, and everything that we've done in previous timelines affects the timelines ahead of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It does indeed. Mm-hmm.
What my mind was thinking about then, I don't know. I'm not saying that that's what I think is happening in the world and to us, but it was just an idea, and it's kind of stuck with me ever since I've had that experience. Because it's like, wow, what if that is true? They say that all of our thoughts and all of what we say, the law of attraction, and how everything that we do affects our life, and we make our own destiny. So it kind of makes sense to me a lot. Like when it was so weird because once I started tripping, I was like balls deep, like quick, instant. And then that was it. Like I was gone because I was by myself. I was on a live stream, and then I disconnected somehow on accident. And when I came back, it was like I was completely not, it was like all the way in and all the way out. But I don't know. I never left the bed. Like I just closed my eyes and I laid there the whole time. So it was just my mind went somewhere and experienced some crazy things that were really, they just opened my eyes to a lot. And I've been different ever since then. I swear. Like it's been, I don't know, it's weird.
Well, if you want to look into that, the alphabet, the Hebrew alphabet, the book is called DNA Pirates of the Sacred Spiral.
Okay. I'm going to write that down actually right now.
DNA Pirates.
Oops, I'm sorry.
I was going to say DNA Pirates of the Sacred Spiral. That's good to know.
Yeah, I'm going to check that out too. We're quickly hitting the end of the show here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Candi, for hanging out with us. Be safe, please.
Mm-hmm.
Rest a lot. No more weight station pull-throughs. Damn it.
I know. I'm so going to be careful this time because I don't want to. I haven't seen my family in so long. I don't want something to happen along the way of trying to get there to see them.
Love you guys.
That's why I stopped.
Yep. Be safe, Candi. Much love. Call if you need me.
Love you.
Love y'all.
Ditto.
Everybody, we will see you right back here on Friday for another exciting episode of the Ironworks on Truth Frequency Radio. Love you guys. Be good. Be well. We'll see you Friday. Bye-bye.